Alrighty, here we go. This is Yugi taking on PaniK, and if I sound a bit different, I am using a different microphone for this. Because I am by myself, we are doing pre-records. I figured out that I don't actually have to use my headset, because I don't have to try and communicate anything to anyone or anything like that. So I'm using a handheld mic instead of a headset, so I might sound a bit different. So I'm actually keen to see how the Shure brand microphones, the usual vocal microphones that they use on stage. I'm using one of them. So Yugi has drawn Feral Imp, Horn Imp, Toric, Mammoth Graveyard, and Curse of Dragon. We've got Yugi taking on PaniK, his nemesis from the Duelist Kingdom. And I think Yugi actually played Feral Imp in the anime. Wait, did he? No, I might be thinking of Fiend Kraken with Mako. No, he played Winged Dragon, Guardian of the Fortress. That's right. Okay, Yugi has activated Burning Land. So both players are going to lose 500 points per standby phase, as Yugi tributes Feral Imp and plays down the Curse of Dragon. And Castle of Dark Illusions. Interesting. So some anime cards coming out here. Yugi did use Curse of Dragon against PaniK in the anime. He did fuse it with Gaia as well, and then put it on Catapult Turtle. But this isn't the anime, this is real Yu-Gi-Oh! This is how the duel would have actually happened in real life. PaniK goes with another face down. And we turn change back to Yugi, who's just drawn Horn of the Unicorn. So, risky card does go back to the top of the deck if it is destroyed, but if you've got a few monsters in your hand, you can make pretty good use out of Horn of the Unicorn. Alright. Okay, he's put it on Horn Imp, so 2 monsters now with 2000 attack, which is a risk, because PaniK does have Earthbound Spirit floating in his deck somewhere, which is a 2000 defense. I tell you what, I am liking this better than the headset already. I can take a drink, I can cough, I can sneeze, and I don't have to try and scurry to try to get a headset connected microphone out the way of my mouth as I do so. As we see, Ryukushin powered 1600. It's in attack mode, so yes, PaniK has just equipped it with the Sword of Dark Destruction. And down goes Dark Energy as well, so 2300 all up. So Yugi possibly regretting he didn't put that Horn of the Unicorn on Curse of Dragon now. And PaniK wisely destroys Curse of Dragon first, otherwise Horn of the Unicorn would have gone back to the top of Yugi's deck. And he would have been able to equip it to get a 2700, but that's not the case now. Yugi now will have to go on the defense, and does so. Horn Imp and Mammoth Graveyard, both protecting his life points. And we do have Ryukushin Powered dominating the field right now, as PaniK goes with a face-down defense. And Horn of the Unicorn is destroyed, so along with Horn Imp. So that does go back to the top of Yugi's deck, so he won't draw another monster here. He will only draw Horn of the Unicorn, and it can put a deck in a delicate position when you have a card doing that, going back to the top of the deck like that. Toric and Mammoth Graveyard both on defense now. Ryukushin Powered still looking strong. Burning Land still taking effect as well. PaniK at 4000, Yugi 6200. And we're seeing a tribute from PaniK. And it is Ushioni 2150 added to his deck to suit the fiends, and just to throw in another one of those classic monsters that... Did we ever see Ushioni in the anime? I don't remember. I'd be surprised if we didn't ever see it, but I don't recall Ushioni ever being in the anime. He's a cool card. He comes out of Lamp, he's bull, he's got muscles, he's 2150. He's 6 stars as well, as we see Book of Secret Arts. And if PaniK plays another monster, Yugi is potentially beaten here. As Burning Land takes effect again, PaniK at 3500. And down goes Dark Shade. That is at 1,000 points. Yes, if Yugi gets attacked by all this, he's still in it, only just, but with 250 life points, I do not imagine Yugi getting through the next turn. And Gaia the Fierce Knight, unfortunately, he's going to get wiped out by Burning Land anyway. I did forget that. So, PaniK has taken the first win. I would say, is that a surprise? But not really. Yugi's deck isn't actually that strong. If I'm being completely honest, he just had the protagonist aura about him in the anime. But we will set up for round 2. And Draw of Fate. And they both select paper, so they will draw rock, paper, scissors again, and Yugi wins it. He elects to go first. Okay, we are from PaniK's perspective this time. He's got Yami, Hyro's Shadow Scout, there's King Fog, Fire Reaper, and his anime ace monster of King of Yami Makai. And there's Ushioni again as well. As we see Yami from PaniK. And he sets down Hyro's Shadow Scout. That could get rid of some magic cards in Yugi's deck, and he does have a few of them in there, which he wouldn't want to lose. And another face down from Yugi, interesting. There's Versago the Destroyer. Can be used as substitute for fusion material. As Hyro is flipped up, Mystical Moon, and no, Yugi didn't lose any good magic and traps. Beaver Warrior is the only monster in Yugi's deck that can be equipped with Mystical Moon though, as PaniK tributes Hyro. He doesn't go with Ushioni this time, he's gone with King of Yami Makai. I can appreciate that from the point of view of the anime, since King of Yami Makai was PaniK's ace monster in the Yu-Gi-Oh! However, 2200 with the effect of Yami as well, so Yugi in early trouble. So another face down defense from Yugi. And Earthbound Spirit, good card, 500 defense. King Fog has just been summoned, so he'll get to 1200. And Muddle of the Buttons, but that's okay. Mammoth Graveyard is destroyed. PaniK. Wow, PaniK picks well. It was a 50-50 to get that right, and he got it. So Yugi lost Griffor and Mammoth Graveyard. Alright, face down spell or trap from Yugi. Second face down spell or trap. And a face down defense. So how can Yugi get out of this? He does have Mystical Elf. That would get to 2200 defense. And PaniK now is going for it all here. He has just sacrificed King Fog. So 2350 now with Ushioni, and straight to the battle phase. And Yugi, oh, brutal. Yugi has just flipped up Mirror Force, and that is horrendous for PaniK. Maybe a bit reckless as well. He went all in with an attack, and Yugi has just flipped Mirror Force. That's a heavy loss of monster for PaniK, and Komori Dragon is summoned from Yugi. And his face down was the Beaver Warrior. Okay, so this is 2700 going to come off PaniK now. He'll be down to 5300. And Yugi's still comfortable at 8,000. PaniK does have Earthbound Spirit, so he does have defensive options. Earthbound Spirit, is that a fiend or a zombie? It's a fiend, so it'll get to 2200. So Yugi looking very comfortable right now. And PaniK with only monsters in his hand as well. But a 2200 defense with the effect of Yami. We've just seen a tribute from Yugi. And it is the Dark Magician himself. As we will see the little animation play, and he'll be at 2700. So alarm bells for PaniK now, only monsters in hand. Staring down a 2700 attacking Dark Magician. And that's going to be very tough for PaniK to get off the field. He would need a Dark Hole or a Fissure. And that is a Mask of Darkness. As he sets down three-headed Guido. In an attempt to protect his life points. Yugi now 5 cards in hand. Always just played Monster Reborn, and things are going bad to worse for PaniK right now. As Yugi has just pulled back, he could have pulled back Ushioni, but again, in terms of the anime, Yugi is going to start attacking PaniK with his own monster in the darkness, which is it's an interesting turn of events. Good choice to go with King of Yami Makai. So Celtic Guardian was also played, so 14 and 7 is 4100. That's just come off of PaniK. He'll be down to 1200. And PaniK looks lost. He looks all but beaten in this one. And Dark Energy. And that will not be enough for PaniK. He will not be able to get through Yugi's next turn. He plays Dark Shade, which gets to 1200. He sets Dark Energy, which gets Dark Shade to 1500. So he'll be able to destroy Celtic Guardian, if that's a consolation, I guess. No. Oh, Yugi sacrifices Kuribo. It'll protect 100 life points, but Yugi had that extra little shield in his hand as well with the effect of Kuribo. Okay. Is Yugi good? He's having a bit of a think. He only has to attack with Dark Magician and it'll end the duel. Unless he's calculating that, of course, but... there it is. I don't know. Maybe he's just scratching his leg. Getting a drink. Who knows? Alright, Yugi picks up the win in the second match, so we will go to a tiebreaker. Best of 3. If, in this Yu-Gi-Oh game, if you win with getting your life points or getting your opponent's life points exactly to 0, you actually get more duel points, which doesn't really matter anymore, because I have got all the cards on the Respawn 255 file. I've got 3 copies of every card in the game. I can proudly say it took me a very long time to achieve it, and I've got of the 10,027 cards, I think I've got about 9,600 or something in the Cameron Switch profile. As Lord of Zamaya was played by PaniK as opening move. Yugi does not have a good hand. That is not a good hand at all. He has just played Cage Musha. He could play Mystic Box. No, he's gone with Monster Recovery, so that will allow him to draw a new hand. Oh, that's much better. Monster Reborn, Mystical Elf, good defense. Attacking options available. He will be undefended for the first turn. But Yugi got very lucky there with Monster Recovery. He had to get a new hand. He had absolutely drawn a brick. But looking a lot more comfortable now as Lord of Zamaya goes in for an attack. 6,700. PaniK didn't play any other monsters. That's interesting. I wonder what's... Main phase 2 summon. Okay, that's a face down defense. Not very often we see that. So PaniK has elected to attack with Lord of Zamaya, and then in main phase 2 tribute it for a face down defense. I don't know if I've seen PaniK play that sort of tactic before. It is, if you got a good effect monster. What does PaniK have? Oh, he does have Reaper of the Cards. What other face down flip effects require him with 5 stars? It could be a Metal Guardian as well. Alright, that which feeds on life goes in for an attack, but hits a mystical elf, and Yugi has drawn Summon Skull, which is a very strong... Ooh! Some anime relevance here with Swords of Revealing Light. 5 turns, PaniK. Can you last just 5 turns? We will see if PaniK can last 5 turns. Yugi has Swords of Revealing Light in his hand. My turn is over, PaniK. 5 turns. Can you last just 5 turns? Oh, Yugi really trolled PaniK in that anime duel. I actually quite like that duel. Him and PaniK. As we see magical hats. It's drawn. Yugi has just played the Blackland Fire Dragon. Goes into attack with Summon Skull. He went for that face down defense, and it was the Reaper of the Cards. So PaniK possibly trying to look for Yugi to play a play one of his maybe his Mirror Force down, but and there's Master of Darkness. So Reaper of the Cards effect does still activate, and it had to look at a card on the field. So PaniK's Dispel has been revealed. Okay. PaniK. Oh, Dark Hole. It's a good card, but Yugi does have a Monster Reborn. And PaniK straight to the end phase. Wow. I wonder what he may have all magics. Or maybe just... He does have a few magic and traps that could brick his hand. He does have a lot of weaker monsters. Interesting. So PaniK may have bricked in this last match. He could have a removed trap. He could have a... I think he might have castle walls and reinforcements as well. Once he's just got all that clogging up his hand, but PaniK is in big trouble. Well, technically it's been 5 turns. I mean, it's only been maybe 2 or 3 for PaniK, but... Alright. Well, this could be it. This Yugi activates the Swords of Revealing Light. Oh no. Hey, there's Silver Fang and Burning Land. PaniK is cooked. He has been absolutely obliterated in this 3rd and final match. As we see Silver Fang. I always liked Silver Fang. I always thought that Silver Fang was one of the coolest monsters in the original anime. And Yugi, I think, just doing the math again. Soldier of Stone and Silver Fang will be able to end the duel. And how about that? Silver Fang getting the win. Such a basic monster, not that strong, but he just looks cool. As we see, Yugi has picked up the win. Pretty convincing win in the end. So, over in Battle City, as... Sorry, I'm just tugging on a cable. Alright, let's check Battle City. For this one, just bear with me a minute as I get the bracket up. The next one in Duelist Kingdom will be Mokuba and the Paradox Brothers, so that should be a win for the Paradox Brothers. There it is, Kaiba and Esper Roba. That'll be interesting. If Roba can get Jinzo out, maybe he can jump Kaiba early, or maybe Kaiba will just get a good win. We will see. Thanks for everyone for tuning in. Thanks for leaving all the comments as well. Again, we are doing pre-recorded stuff, and what I can say is that a Jade and Yuki series is very, very close to starting, and meaning we're literally putting the deck together and going to be doing some Jade and duels. It's going to be a Duelist Kingdom run, so we're going to reduce his deck a little bit, but we should still be able to get some good matches. It's still an experiment series, but should be a lot of fun. Anyway, thanks everyone for tuning in. Wherever you are in the world, stay safe, take care, farewell.